Good morning, good night, good afternoon, or wherever you are, welcome y'all to this video. In this video I will actually go a little bit deep into what kind of stocks I want to buy and why. Maybe I'm not gonna buy them right now, but in the future I surely will. And just to point it out, I actually already own some of these stocks already, but I don't think they are worth the money at this moment right now to buy into again, to make my portfolio much bigger. And I'm gonna share with you what I think, but before I actually do it, I want to urge you all to, if you like this video and if you actually like my content, to subscribe down below and press the notification bell, because that's gonna help my channel a ton. I mean, I'm just a small YouTuber or whatever you want to call me. It's gonna help me so much if you just press the subscribe button, the like button, or anything else. But let's go right into it, shall we? So the site I'm gonna be using is Yahoo Finance. They don't have the biggest spreadsheet for the companies, but they have some information that's decent enough if we just want to make a brief scan of the company. They have most of it. And if you want to follow me as well, or maybe look at this on another date, you can still go to Yahoo Finance and find all the answers, or find the information that I found today. But anyway, we're gonna dive deep down to Tesla. And if you want to invest or is invested in a company, or one company whatsoever, or the stock market, I think you have heard of Tesla. And if you haven't heard of Tesla, I think you have heard of some guy called Elon Musk. And he's like the head chicken of the company. He's a really big guy. People love him. He's funny. He's like always looking forward. He's a good guy. That's all I can say. And the company he's have is also great. I mean, it's the electric vehicle. He thinks about the environment. He wants to explore and challenge new ways of thinking when it comes to batteries and so on. So the company overall is a future company, and they actually have a great future ahead. I even think they could be a company that's as big as Amazon or as Facebook, like a really big company. But I don't think $800 is worth the price right now. Of course, if you say,
well, if it's going to be as big as Facebook and it's going to grow its value by 10 times, it's going to be worth the money now.
Yes, of course it's going to be. But if I want to find a kind of a good buy-in opportunity, then I don't think this price right now is worth my money. And what I mean by that is that if we look back in time, you can see that the top they had was around $900. And to be sure, like 5 years, there's no way they could have another top like they were with $900. And if we want to be real for ourselves, I mean, the stock is worth $800 now. In February, the stock was also trading between $700 and $900. But I can't justify the fact that the time is the same now as it were in February this year, because it's not. It's absolutely not. The unemployment, especially in America, has skyrocketed. I mean, it's going through the roof. Is it around 10% now or something? It's insane. Or they think it's gonna be around 10%, and at the end of this, it's gonna be like 20%. So I can't justify that $800 for Tesla right now is worth my money. Even Elon Musk himself said that the stock is like way too overvalued right now. I think it was like in Twitter he said it, and it was actually really funny that he that actually owns the company said it. Anyway, I think Tesla is a great buy, but not right now. If they're gonna dip, I'm gonna be interested in buying them when they are below 500. Because if we look during this time right here, that was the time when most of the people talked about the virus situation that was going on, and it was an explosion of news and information every day. We still have it, but not in that amount of information we got. And I think we're still gonna have another dip. I think the virus is far from gone, and we're still gonna go through another dip and another so-called extra crisis that we're gonna have. And I'm not sure, but I think the price is gonna go down here again, and I hope they will. And even to say it themselves, like the price here, when it was right here, $480, or 420 or 500. I can't even justify that during the January this year the time was the same, because it's not. But I think it's not just the company itself that is valued, but also Elon Musk, because so many people look up to him. He's like a father figure for someone. The next stock we're gonna talk about is Delta Airlines, and the same again, if you ever want to invest, or if you have invested, or if you know the stock market some bit, you know who Warren Buffett is, and the struggle or the news that came out that he actually sold his stocks, and no one knows why. We can just speculate, and we have to see the result for it. But Delta Airlines overall, I think, is a great investment. Not right now, once again, but maybe in the future if the price gonna come down. As we can see, if we take a look at the chart, the volume during these months have been massive, totally massive. It's not even close to the volume that they're trading at on these levels. If you look at the top that I had, it was around $61, and right now it's trading around 20. The previous close was 19.19, the open is 20.91, somewhere around $20. Is it worth my money? No, not in the long shot. I mean, if we take $20 there, the last time they were worth $20 was in September the 1st, 2013. And I can't justify that the time then was the same as it is right now, because we didn't have this kind of outbreak then. Not in a, like, I know we had like Ebola or something, but I don't remember the year it was, but it wasn't such as big a big world turnaround as it is right now. And that's why I don't think they are worth my money. If they would go down to around 10 to 15, I would consider buying them. And if they're gonna go down to 10, I'm gonna buy them whatsoever. There's no reason for me. Then I think the risk-reward ratio that I have is worth it. Because if I risk, let's say I risk $5,000, but I could get 5x in return because of, yeah, the tops that I have had, I think it could be a good buy-in. But am I gonna do it right now? No, not in a long shot. I'm still gonna wait for them to drop a little bit, because this is the fact. Delta Airlines, the amount of people that are flying right now is not zero, but it's close to. They don't have any kind of income right now whatsoever. The only thing that they can survive on during this crisis is more people buying into the company, and they take loans from big banks. That's the only thing they can have right now, or do right now, in order to survive. So after this they can be frugal again and be big and have all the planes and everything going round and round. But right now they don't. And that's actually gonna go right into the next company that's also is a little bit the same as Delta Airlines, and that's the Carnival Corporation and PLC, CCL, Carnival Cruise Line stocks. If you want to hear me talk about it a little bit more, I'm gonna link a video up in the corner when I actually talk just about this company. But anyway, the thing with this company is that the same as Delta Airlines, people right now aren't taking any cruise lines whatsoever. They can't buy tickets in order for them to travel from point A to point B and have a great time during that. And it's not just the tickets that generate money for the Carnival Cruise Lines, it's also the activities and the food and the drinks or whatever you can buy on the boat. That now is zero. It's literally zero. And if you look at the spreadsheet, they can just survive like this year now. It's nothing more. They have to take more loans or find new buyers in order for them to still get going and survive during this crash. And I think they will. I literally think they will. I don't think they're gonna get bailed out, and I actually talk about that in the other video, why I don't think that. But it's more that they don't provide the America country so much of like taxes and so, and they don't have so many American people work at the boat, so that's why I don't think they're gonna get bailed out. They have to survive all by themselves, and they have to find their solution. And I actually bought into this company, so I think it was like 1.5, 2 months ago something, and I bought them for, I think it was between 7 and 8. I don't remember the exact amount or the exact price, but it was between 7 and 8. And that's when I thought they were a good deal. It's the same here. The top that they have had is $71. I think the average they have is around maybe $55, $60 is the average price they have. If I can buy the company for $8 and I could in return get $60 from each stock, also they have a good dividend yield, I think that's a great deal, because if they go to zero, that's it. I mean, I cannot change that, but I think the risk-reward ratio is good enough for me to invest in a company, and that's it. I still believe in them, but I don't think they are worth $14 at the moment, because if they're gonna crash and go to zero, that risk-reward ratio isn't good for me, not at all. So when they're gonna come down under 10 again, which I definitely think they will, then I'm gonna look at the company once again and see if I'm gonna buy in more stocks, which I probably will. The next stock that not so many people talk about, it's Pepsi. And you may be like, what? What are you talking about? Pepsi? Yeah, but that's actually it. I mean, you could talk about cola as well, and that's also a great company. But I want to invest in some companies that are safe, like really, really, really safe. Tesla right now, they don't sell as much electrical vehicles right now during this crisis because of it is a crisis. People don't fly the Delta Airlines the same they used to do. No one is taking a Carnival cruise right now, but most people still want to eat or drink something. They still have to go to the store to buy the daily stuff or the monthly stuff or whatever. And when they do, they want to buy some candy or some soda or whatever, and Pepsi is in that category. So it's a good stock. I still believe in cola, but I don't think cola is as good as Pepsi right now. And I actually think I'm gonna invest in Pepsi the next time I'm gonna invest. And I think the next time I'm gonna look if I can invest in something is gonna be during the next month, in the start of the next month. Then maybe I will put in some more money from my salary, and maybe I will take some of the money that I already have, like laying on the sidelines, and maybe invest in Pepsi. We will see. But I think the company is a great company, and I'm gonna look out for them. The next one we can talk about is Nordic American Tankers. That's right. This one has been up and down, so to say. A lot of people have made videos on it, and I got interested on it because I am like interested in economy. And if we take, this is gonna be really fun to see. If we take the max chart, you can see the, like here, right here. Can you see the peak they had? Can we even see the peak? I think it was like, is it right? Oh God, there, $54. The peak then, during now, they have plummeted so hard, like look at so hard. And if we calculate inflation with this, it's massive, that's all I can say. The thing is here, the oil price right now is extremely low, but the oil companies is still digging for oil, and they need to have their oil stored somewhere, and that's where this tanker is coming in. If you take a look for the year, they have had a small kind of top at $6. Oh, I think the top was even in some places like $7 or $8. I don't know if the Yahoo Finance is like exact, but they have had a top and they have gone down. I actually own these stocks as well. I bought them at, I think it was $6, and also I think it was $5 somewhere. I think it was like, yeah, somewhere around $5, and I bought two times I bought in. So I think the average price is around 5.2, maybe 5.1, somewhere around there. Because I think in the short term, this is not a long-term company, but I mean in the short term, just some years, I think I can make a profit in this company. I do believe they will go up, maybe not to $50, but I think they will go up to potentially like 10, 15, 20, maybe even $30. And that's why I actually invest in them, because I think there's a possibility for me to get my money in here. And the same goes with this. I mean, this company is not gonna go bankrupt during this time. It could, but the possibility for them to go bankrupt is so small. I consider it not zero, but zero. That's why I want to invest in this company, and I actually believe in them. And that's like all for me on how to invest and where I'm gonna invest and why. It's gonna be Tesla, it's gonna be Delta Airlines, it's gonna be Carnival, it's gonna be Pepsi, and it's gonna be Nordic American Tankers. I believe in the companies, I own some of them, not all. I'm gonna invest in them when I think the time is right. It's not right now. And that's all for me, and I wanna thank you all. And if you have any question, just tell me in the comments down below. Otherwise, subscribe, like the video, the notification bell, you know it all. That's it for me. So, see ya!